Hello. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time zone the world you all are. It's your Blue Archive Gacha, where the beginner artist self-proclaimed, and your boy Toast you. Welcome to the stream. For today I will have some chatting here and there, but also there will be in the background me drawing while I'm having like this kind of Zatsudan here. Zatsudan is like random talk, being like in Japanese, you know. So let's say that I kind of like ran out of ideas while doing this schedule, but also the week has been like pretty long for me and heavy like on work, and I had like not much on free time, so I'm kind of glad that I can like sit down now and just relax, you know, and that tomorrow is like, yeah, I can still that I don't have to work and for tomorrow, and then still can sleep a little bit longer here and there and do my art as well. Oh yeah, man, the day was kind of a lot, I must like say, but happy that I'm like here. It's like finally Friday, you know, Friday night, TGIF. I was like say the few things that kept me like a little bit sane is like being able to like watch some anime, so I have like a little bit of free time, and then like doing like some dailies in the games, you know, that I know like I made like some progress here and there, you know, and it's like okay. But still, regarding streaming, I wanted to do like something earlier, but there was not really like a good moment to, since there were like with like not enough time left, and like currently like some Total Assault, not Technical Challenge, Total Assault and Blue Archive, so like something of a raid content. There's like too much to like worry about, that I need to be able to like clear that crap, you know, get my daily rewards, and it can take like about an hour or so, or like 2 if I mess up, and I did like mess up, so it's like I was not really sure where I can like squeeze like a stream, you know, that doesn't like contain like me molding and Blue Archive. When it comes to Blue Archive contents, you know, like stream-wise from my side, I preferred like on the story reading side or like gacha side, I would like say. I did like those raids like back in the days, but let's say like the numbers, you know, I'm like number monkey, I must like say. Didn't like look that great, you know. I would like see the same faces, you know, like recurring viewers. That was like a cool thing, you know, but need like a little bit more, I would like say. But at the same time, even though I like Blue Archive, you know, to be honest, from my point of view, it's not really interesting to like watch someone play like a mobile game, I must like say. Like if it's like something of a PC or like console game, you know, something like that, and it's like kind of like more reasonable, but like in this way, I'm not really sure if I'm like up for that. So yeah. But okay, gonna like see. I'm not like really sure what I should like draw, but I need to like warm up, that's like for sure. Tomorrow I will like draw as well, so gonna like see about that. You can like basically ignore what like I do like regarding the drawings, you know, since I do not really have a plan on like doing something there, but but regarding anime, I would like say, since drawings in anime, I must like say this season looks like pretty good, I must more or less. I wouldn't like say it's like the peak, since things like we have like JoJo's Diba Run, but they've only like aired one episode, and then this information is like also out. Yeah, the release schedule is like pretty whack, and we don't get like all episodes like in part 5 Golden Winds, you know, like where they have like every episode like ready or like almost ready, and then like they can release on a weekly schedule. For them it's like, I don't know, like not everything is like ready yet, or at least they can't like show everything, or they don't want to show everything, something like that. Like it's kind of unclear, but it kind of like kills the hype, you know, like when you can just kind of kill the momentum like of a really good series that has been like anticipated, you know. And don't they like money, you know? Don't they really want to like have a lot of numbers? It's kind of like counterproductive. Like when Stern Ocean came like out on Netflix, it was like all episodes at once, you know, and this kind of like killed the momentum as well, because when anime would like air in a season, then it would like be on a weekly schedule, you know, because it's like new, fresh from the oven, you know, and like you want to regulate it, you know. It's like, you know, give him a reason to come back again. But if you like release everything in one go, it's kind of like, I don't know, kind of like I must like say. They have like a different case, you know. There was like the anime of like Isekai Oji-san, you know, like uncle from another world or so. It's kind of like that he went into Isekai, that he got like Isekai, and then at some point he got like back into the real world, and then from the uncle's point of view, we can like at least like when he would like tell about some stories, you know, like in the other world, then this like where we get to experience like, yeah, what did he experience there, like what was up with the disappearance and something like that, and would like get to know about all the cool adventures or like characters he like met there. And yeah, and I kind of like was thinking, this kind of like cool, the series, you know. But at some point like stopped like continuing, you know, like at episode 7 or so it wouldn't like really go further or so. And I heard like in Japan they already are like done with that, but it's kind of like, you know, because I kind of like it, you know, when I saw like things my YouTube recommended where it's like something with the Isekai Oji-san doing a let's play, you know, playing like a Sonic game, you know, and then would do like live commentary. It was like the same voice actor as like Dio, you know, as well. And kind of like, yeah, kind of like was confused. Isn't the anime like stagnating right now? But yeah, I think like it was like this kind of dumb release schedule like from Netflix. And yeah, and I kind of like hope that they learned like the lessons like from Stone Ocean or like other cases, but seems like they still haven't learned. So yeah, need to be more transparent with their plans. And I think like they mentioned something about like releasing anime like course or so, like within like, okay, 12 episode batch season 1, and the next one's like in the next year or something like that, you know. Maybe they do something of this approach, I'm not sure. But yeah, kinda, I'm not sure, like, with some anime, they have like on their platform, Netflix, you know, they do release it like in a weekly schedule, you know. So why not following this example? It's kinda like, I don't know. Why is especially JoJo? Would I draw actually? I'm not sure. I kinda was like thinking about random doodles, but no. Hmm. This is a male character I wanna draw, or maybe a female. Like this body type can be either way, right? Pretty sure. No, whatever. This is gonna be warm-up anyway, so... But if I'm gonna try to do fan art, you know, when I commit, then I want to do like something proper, I would like say. If it's like that. If it came like to my schedule, man, I really had like to think about what, like, you know, I kind of programmed it like offer, you know, like my if I'm like kind of a crack dealer, you know, like in the alleyway, the kind of products I like offer like the same, you know. I do art streams weekly, minimum one time, monthly like karaoke, and then I would like have a game series like every Sunday or so. Depends. Omori I was like pretty sporadic, but I kind of like log on to like Sunday morning in my time zone, you know, for like those game series. And yeah, if I gonna do like a minimum stream of like frequency of like 3 times in a week, then what can you like add there else? I could like do drawing 2 times, you know, or could like, not sure, like if it comes to gaming, I really want to log on to like 1 day in a week, unless it's like a game that needs like your continuous attention, like what I heard, like Final Fantasy Tactics or like 13 Sentinels, you know, something like that, like where you need to be up to date with the story, you know, like if you like forget about it like a week, then you have like to catch up like to a lot of like stuff again, and can like get difficult to get back to the right track again. It can like some details get like lost pretty quickly if you, and this can be like the one deciding factor if you can enjoy a game or not, you know. So if it's like kind of like a commitment, like some game series, you know, like Final Fantasy Tactics, then it's a pretty good game though. But if it's gonna be something like that, then I wanna be careful like of decisions, you know, regarding whether or not to like take like a game on early or like in one go, or like or if I can like take my time. I think with Yakuza it could be like on a okay side, you know, like weekly. It's kind of like with the anime release schedule, right? Like for a lot of like, unless it's a movie or OVA, but you know what I mean. It's like get released all in one go. I'm not sure who to draw. I must like. Well, it can be like random doodle. That's fine. Do I draw all on one layer? I think like I can do that. Just random drawings. But it would be better if I can like draw someone. Oh, I'm not sure. There's a free flow hand. There will be a lot of mistakes, but I don't care. I think the shape should be something like that. This is what the hand looked like, so I'm not really sure. I don't really have issues like with drawing hands, I must like say. As long as it looks like believable, it's like kind of okay. But I must like say, like when I was like starting with like learning to draw, the hands I would like draw are like were like really small. I was like never a pussy to like hide the hands bit behind the back or so, or like put on really long sleeves to like not make it invisible. Or maybe like I did in the beginning, but then I was kind of like, man, I'm not a pussy, you know. I like want to show off that I can like do this difficult thing, you know. And then I can like move on to like cooler stuff, kind of poses, action, you know, like in Dragon Ball. So because this was like kind of a manga I did like reread every single time or so. I was like binging it over and over, and I think like it's like always like something I could like finish in a week, because it were like 40, not really sure like how many, 56? I kind of forgot, like, because when I read manga, you know, I go like to the library, borrow books from there, or like manga, and yeah, so I don't really have it like in proper mind, but it was like the physical like format where like I read that, and it's kind of like, you know, amazing like how your reading speed can be increased. Like you flip pages like really quickly, and it's like done. Of course, like the thing of like ebooks or like reading manga on your smartphone can save paper, and so, you know, it's like technically better for the environment, but regarding our brain, we do save information from paper, reading things on paper, a lot better than if it's like from, I don't know, from a screen. For some reason it's kind of like that. Maybe like evolution or so, because maybe like back in the days we didn't have like things like screens or so. I don't know what it really is. But as like things get more digitalized, you know, things like nowadays are like more optimized in this way, but it's like not really that optimal, like to keep relying on like screens, I suppose. But if you want to watch videos, if you want to watch streams, you know, then there's no other way but to like look at the screen, you know, then yeah, it can't be helped. Shikatanai na yone. Shikatanai yone. So yeah. But yeah, when I was like locking in and with, for example, like in school, I used to like not really like focus on like school. I was like never really interested, you know, because I was like not really aware of what do we do school, you know, for that reason. I wasn't really like aware on like that, like what school would benefit me, you know. But once I wouldn't like go on in school, you know, any further, because my grades weren't enough, and then I could like stay home, I was like, now what, you know, what's the next step? What's usually comes after school? Work, and I have to write applications. So what if I don't find any work, you know? Hey, can you help me? And then there would be like anything, you know, and then it's kind of like that, you know. And then I kind of was like thinking, man, I kind of like wish I would have prepared for that, or maybe school could have helped me to prepare for this kind of phase of life. It was like something of like trainees, they would say, you know, like where the school is like paying the bills for that. And I must like say like one like the kind of the place where I did like my trainee, I did like it actually. It was like, how do you call it? Like gardening, you know, like doing some gardening. Like a flower shop, you know, something like that. A florist? I'm not really sure how you call it like in English, but it was like had like something to do with flowers, you know. And I just like walked up in, like I just like walk into the store, be like, hey, can I do a trainee here? Like it's via the school, and then they were like, yeah, no problem. And I mean, yeah, it's kind of like old school kind of, you know, like just like walking in, like, and like asking if there's a spot free, you know, and if they say yes, let's go, you know. It was just like that, instead of like the traditional way of like writing application or so. And I knew like a schoolmate, you know, who wanted to like do a training in the same spot, and he kind of like was complaining to me, hey, I heard that you like applied there. And yeah, I did, you know. And when I was applying there, they told me that someone else already came before me, and it was you, right? And then, yeah, it was me. You know, they mentioned their name, probably, you know, came from the same school. I'm not sure like how he got the info, but and I was like pretty dumb in my head, like back in the days, you know. He like did it like the proper way. He was like, yeah, I'm sending my application, you know, like, oh, hello, this is me, I heard about you from this website or whatever. It was always my dream to like to work towards you. I am like punctual, I can like do this and that. Probably has like something written like that. He did all the effort, did a nice photo. Oh, this is my resume, you know. Those are like my grades. This is my like how good I do in school. I hope you can take me. Something like that, and then please call me with sincere greetings or so. And then for me was just like, hey yo, do you have work? Yeah, we have work, handshake, let's go, man. Yeah. He kind of like was roasting me, but I was so dumb back in the days, you know. Like I didn't really know my priorities or like what I wanted to do, that I kind of like planned it out, or just not really understanding and be like, bro, why are you so angry, you know? It was kind of like blissful ignorance, you know, like bliss, you know, ignorance is bliss. And then yeah, I didn't really like care too much. And when we were like working there together, it was kind of nice, but at the same time, the first work day, my leg were like hurting, and be like, man, this is like, work sucks actually, you know. This was like my kind of like first taste to like the job world, like as a kiddo, you know. I was a teenager. Yeah, not gonna like tell my age like to kind of, but I was like dumb. I was like not thinking much, you know. Teenagers be like dumb, and it's kind of like that. So but actually, it was like a nice job, I must like say, like gardening. And we had like a good team. People were like patient, or like some were like tsundere, and I was like, man, she evil, but she actually was tsundere, you know, kind of, that she would like help, that like one of the workers there would help us or so. And even though I was like kind of annoying, I think like, I think like about like the things there, but yeah. Like how I acted, I was like a teenager now, too much like child-coded and like a young adult or so, I must like say. And I guess like I'm somewhat like, yeah, thank you for like doing so well, like with teaching us, you know. I think we were like there for a month or so. We had like not really school or so. It was like kind of like pause, and we could like do this, and we had like to like do a report, you know, like writing experiences, do some interviews or so here and there. It was kind of like that, I remember. But it was like a pretty nice job, I must like say. But why did I not do this? I must like say, you know, spoiler, you know, even though I found like gardening and everything like pretty nice, I didn't continue doing this as a job or so, whatever, you know, like that was like, hey, this was nice, let's do this again. Like the schoolmate who was like there with me, you know, was like, man, that was nice. Could be possible if I can like do a holiday job here or so, or if I get old enough that I can apply for this for the store, you know, as a gardener, something like that. And they were like, yeah, we can sure like arrange something, and I could be like, hey, me too, but I don't know. I was like so brain dead, you know. Like I didn't like thought much about about applying. Like, hey, can I do a trainee here? That I didn't really thought much, you know. Like it was like a lot of things of like short term for me rather than like the long term. But my schoolmate was like so, you know, was like looking in the future while I was just like living in the moment, and this was like kind of like the problem for me, you know. If I look back on that, be like, man, this would have been a nice job there, you know. Now where I'm at, like at the current job I am like, I don't really like it anymore, you know. I just like went with the flow, with the stream of like, you know, I just let myself carry from here to there, and like, because this was like pretty much the easy way. But now that I think about it, you know, it's kind of like, yeah, if I just had been more aware, if I didn't was like so, you know, if I was like activating my brain a little bit more, you know, then maybe things would have been better, you know. I was not really like a critical thinker. Just lived like in blissful ignorance. If there, well, I did like some mistakes here and there, but they were like clearly not enough to like to like activate my brain, be like, yeah, dude, you should like you should maybe like take this job, you know. Or hey, maybe you can like talk with them, but it's kind of like too late, I must like say. A 9 to 5, a proper job. You know, you can't like have everything really, like good payment, good environment, and that the job is like fun. One of those has to like go out. Sometimes can be like, I don't know, something horrific like child labor or so. Not that I really did that, but what was this thing? Good? Cheap? Nee, what was it? Cheap? Good quality? Fast? One of those has to go like out. If you want it like to be of a good quality and like cheap, then it's gonna probably like be on the slow side, you know? You can't like have everything if you want something, kind of. And with the current jobs for me, it's like kind of that I don't like get at least two. It's like always like one. It might be like a good environment, but then the payment is like, you know, like how much I receive our money is like not that big, and that's like slow. It's like not fast. In what sense like fast or slow? Because work is not a product or so, right? A job. Maybe like in the sense of like, is it fun? Do you have to do like extra hours? Can you go like at reasonable times, you know? Maybe something like this. Like I never really thought much about, you know, the things like with jobs back in the days. But now that I'm like in the spot, you know, it's maybe it's not a midlife crisis, or is it? I'm not sure. But it's kind of like, man, when it's like so ass that you think like about quitting. Like the gardening job was kind of okay, but but now that I look like at what I currently have, it's kind of like, yeah. But during this day and time, you know, we have like things like internet, we have like video games, we can like watch videos, we can watch streams, you know, there are VTubers out there, and if things get like too much, we can just like escape, you know, have an escape route there and just like turn off there. I would like say that you can like forget about the real world a little bit and continue like with what you enjoy, what you have fun with, I would like say. But once it's over, it's like, oh man, back to work again. But it can be like either like, yeah, I think like I'm good, I recharge a little bit, maybe things are not as bad, you know, as you still have a whole life in front of you, where you can like you know, where the time you can like use to like earn money and like get cool things you like, or at the very least, you know, support the things that help you cope, I would like say, you know. People have like their favorite actors, you know, and then like if you buy the CDs, DVDs, you know, then it's kind of like that. And sometimes people be like, man, I like this so much, please let me buy some merch, have like some kind of like memories, you know, to look like something like that as well, right? Especially people like want things like in physical form, you know, like to own something, you know. It's kind of like some people would like say it's like what collectors like do, right? But at the same time it can be like, hey, my dad gave me like this cap, you know, and we always wear like going partner looks, so this was like pretty nice times, so I always like wear a cap, you know, that I'm reminded of like my dad, something like that, you know, that that you like carry like things around as a memento. It's kind of like cool, right? I would like say. But also like with mementos, you know, let's say like a physical video game, that you can also actually own it, or like a video, or like a film, you know. But now like a lot of things are like attached to the internet, you know, that you can like rent a movie online and that you can like purchase the license or something like that to like watch it on their website over and over again. But what if their website is like some point gone, you know? Like the Blu-ray costs like 17 euro, and just like, hey, this license to like watch it on Amazon, that's for example, you know, Prime over and over again, if you long as a subscription, or if you have like the license to like watch it or so, like you can buy a movie there, but online it's like half the price or so, I suppose. But what if the site is like some point gone, and it's like kind of like ass, you know? But you really have to state, it's kind of like the stop killing games, or more or less, right? That we have like this kind of concept that you kind of have to ensure, hey, there must be like a way for them to watch it if you like they paid money for it, you know. Like the descriptions are like pretty nice, I must like say, for Netflix or so, because TV series are not really supposed to be owned. But if you really want to commit, okay, buy the DVDs, you know, but it's like really expensive, I must like say. And yeah, then maybe not, you know, but it can be like a pretty expensive like hobby. But for example, in Japan, this is like the only way to like finance like their shit, and it's like kind of like you know. I must like say. But yeah, what? I have like a figurine from me and like try to take as a reference, but the kind of like I must like say the POV is pretty difficult. I'm failing. You know, like usually when I take references, I like look at photos from cosplayers. But also I remember like an episode from like a Kanshoujo Nosaki-kun, you know? It's like kind of about, yeah, the best references are like anime figurines, you know? Because they are like captured in their most coolest pose, you know? And then I can use their power to help me like draw something. And then the dude would like do some cute poses or so, and then the only figures I have are like anime girl figures. No way I can make cool poses. And then yeah, this was the kind of punchline there. There's like no way to like do something amazing, cool also. And then yeah, I'm like kind of struggling too. It's like too difficult. I think like I'll just free flow like what I feel like. But yeah, when I take like references, it's like more practice rather than like creating something. Almost like say, if it comes directly off my head, I feel like I'm a lot faster. You know, like I try like, hey, can I like do the posture? Can I like nail the energy of like the pose I'm like thinking about? And it's like a lot of experimental stuff, but it's getting there. I think like maybe us. Should I do the chibi form with like those eyes? But like do this. Like think about the pose. Body is like something like this. But also the pose. And I want it on a sitting. Want it like to sit, but at the same time. It's kind of experimental. Like if I do chibi form, then a lot of things have to be smaller. It needs kind of to be convincing as well. I need a different pen. Actually, I'm not sure. Let me see. I can enlarge on it. And I can just keep using the same pen. Kind of want to capture this energy of like sitting down and then like looking downwards, you know, and then like being lost in thoughts. I don't know, can you guess like what the energy here is? It's kind of like derpy, but also like, you know, kind of, it has something cute, something derpy, but at the same time, damn, the energy. I'm probably gonna draw my own chibi again, yeah, myself. Ah, it's kind of fluffy, right? Like I use like a softer brush here. For the outlines this time. It's like kind of like thick black outlines, you know, that I try here again, but it's like with a more softer brush rather than like with something that's like more, let's say like more solid. Because I kind of like, when I like work on a project, I like use for the most part like a soft brush, and I kind of like the vibes of like the soft brush. kind of like I was thinking maybe I can like try to like go for that, you know, rather than like the solid pen I like used before, like a pencil. We're gonna like see, of course, how good this works. Like for free flow drawing, you know, it turns out it's like pretty, it helps me like with my speed. But of course you have like to find like what's great for you, what like works for you. Like I think like the less amount of time I like invest into like creating something, the better actually. Of course I can take my time, you know, like keep cooking, you know, but usually I like it if it's like fast, because time is limited, you know. And for me as a full-time jobber, you know, my 9 to 5, contributing to society is like a little bit yeah, I do want to be quick, so I have like more time to do other stuff, like to game, for example, you know, like hang out with other people, who knows. Even though my life is like kind of like that, yeah, isolating myself like from a lot of people in my life, and while others are like playing with other people and having fun, I'm like studying the sword or so, something like that, you know. It's like kind of like my path I've chosen, like the kind of loneliness path, you know. So yeah, I'm kind of like say I'm lonely. I'm like grinding. I'm like playing games. Or okay, yeah. While other like are like fooling around, hanging out with like other people, socializing. I'm like studying the sword. I'm like gaming. I'm like mastering my craft here. I'm like drawing, and yeah, this is like where I'm headed, you know. And well, do I waste my life? As long as I have fun, I suppose it's like not as bad, right? But yeah. It's kind of cute. Kawaii desho ne. I kind of have to think about the balance of like where do I start and end with the hair. Sometimes it's like mysterious for me, even though it's like pretty easy to draw, like it's a pretty easy design. Sometimes I have like those kind of hiccups where I'm like slowing down. But if I'm really confident, you know, I'm like it's pretty fast. Can get pretty fast. It's so simplistic but also like detailed, right? Kawaii desu yo ne. Kawaii desu yo ne. それはこの絵描く it's kind of cute. It's kind of energy here. So the body, whatever. Things are looking a little whack. I think like I have to like drift away like from what I sketched, but or maybe like move it. Yeah, let's move it. Because it's not correct anymore, the anatomy. If you can call it even anatomy. The correct. Maybe something like this. I'm gonna like see how it works. Sometimes I do not need a sketch, but it can like be pretty helpful. I'm like stuck. You know, like how people like pause in the middle of the game, you know, to like think about the next moves. Because like a lot of things can be going on when they pause for a moment. And you can pause too actually, like more or less. Maybe like not time stop, but you can more or less like stop for a moment and like think about your next move. More or less. In chess, for example, you have like a timer, you know, when if you're like tournament and like think about, you know, and then once you decided your move, you when the next the timer is ticking for the other guy, right? Something like that. It's like always good to take your time, but not too much, you know. Do not waste your life, I must like say. in a sense, you know, if you think about giving up on life, hey, you have a whole life in front of you. A lot of things can like change, you know. Or there will be a lot like coming around. Things of like a lot of like inventions will be out. Maybe there will be like, find the Sword Art Online will be like a reality, you know. I don't, like, okay, maybe some people have like opinions about the anime that's like kind of a slop, you know, somewhere shonen slop, isekai slop, whatever you might like call it, but the idea is like goddamn cool, right? And if you can live like long enough to like see the day of that, then it would be like pretty cool, right? Maybe you can have find your second chance like there, right? Like if you feel like, hey, life there, what life here now is like not really cool, I want to escape, then you have like a VR chat actually, of like open world with gameplay and everything. This would be like cool, you know. I mean, like VR chat is like kind of cool, but if you have like someone like Sword Art Online, you know, if this can be reality, I mean, yeah. Thought you want to join? Thought you want to experience that? It would be kind of a waste to live our life now. But yeah, for me, like, from my point of view, you know, with my current job and everything, man, it sucks, you know, but still there are like things to look forward to actually, right? If you think about the long term. And I mean, if you do not like the job, will you be there forever? Like in my case, I probably will not be there forever, you know? I probably think I will like quit within this year. And in this time, but you know, before then, I'm gonna like look if there's an alternative place, you know. Maybe I'm gonna like I had a full-time job, you know. The things like with my current job is like we get a lot of like full overtime, sangyo. A lot of like extra hours attached because we didn't like we had like a new quota with a lot of like tasks to do, a lot of orders coming in, and then yeah, hey, do like some extra hours, you know. But the thing is, like, we were such a small team, a lot of people like went on vacation or like were sick, you know. It was unreasonable to like leave the work to like a team of like 3 people, you know, when we were at our peak like at maybe like 10, 20 or so. But a lot of people like quit the job also because yeah, it started to suck overall. New boss and everything. And then yeah. And I kinda like feel like in this picture, you know, I have like kind of this energy. More or less, you know, I kinda like started to draw randomly, but it's kinda like, yeah. Man, it's cute, right? Kawaii desu ne. It was so random. But yeah. But even if life sucks, you know. Even if life sucks, there's still like something, you know, despite everything, you know, I would still like to continue. Life can still have, you can still have like fun in life. Do I color this one? I kinda like want to color this one. But the only way I know to color is like flat coloring, I must like say. I'm like not really like that advanced regarding like the art of that. I do only like know one lighting trick, that's about it. I like not really a pro artist or so. But if I would be like painting it, you know, I would like do the free flow. Of course I could like watch tutorials and so, but I feel like, thanks to my full-time job that sucks, you know, I don't really have much time and energy to be like, yeah, do you wanna look up a video, you know? They have like 5 minutes time, and I'd be like, I would like want to eat, I want to sleep, you know. Then okay, then maybe another time if you feel like you know, more, if I think like you have more energy for that, then yeah, then I keep like pushing that away, and then yeah, I always like try to like go the simplest path, you know, the path of least resistance, you know, and trying to learn something new became like more and more of like, you know, not sure, something that took time and like my energy. And energy is like my MP, you know, the amount of energy I can like bring up for every day, motivation is pretty limited, you know. Okay, fine. I'm like constantly like in the station where I have like to restore my energy, you know, via sleeping, via meditating. Also, meditating like is for me, I stare at a wall for 50 minutes or so. I don't do anything else in those 50 minutes. I don't look at my phone. I don't like listen to music. I just like stare at the wall, and then at the doors like flash into my mind, you know. Because the thing is like, if you go into internet and everything, there's so much information, but your brain is unable to contain like all of that information, right? So you have to give your brain a little break. A boring break. Even if your brain can be like, man, it's so boring, please give us something to do, then you're gonna be like, no. I'm gonna stare at this wall for now. And do nothing. Do nothing, win. You know, something like that. And actually, it's good. I had like a lot of like those break times back in the days. To give my brain time, to give my mind a time out. Yeah, this is second doodle. Huh? I could just leave it like that, but I kinda like want to color it. It's pretty random. How long did it took like to draw this? Not sure. Like I did like a doodle before this one. This one here. I think like could be a self-portrait. But it looks like a pretty young Tosan. This is like a chibi. Not sure. Do I want to color this one? But if I color, it's like flat color. No, it's better than nothing. Cannot paint. I'm not sure if I do know how to paint. Like digitally. Like I do know analog, like with watercolors or acrylic. But trying to like reapply this on like, well, there's Dino Sensei, right? Dino Sensei was like someone who used to like draw acrylic paintings and everything like that, but then converts to like digital, and it's amazing. Maybe I could like go this path as well. They have like a fan box also, picture fan box, and can like support them and then have like access their PSD files, you know, to like look at like what layers they use, you know. For me it's like always like flat color layer, you know, it's like normal layer. And then it's about it, you know. Sometimes I do like the lighting thing where like need some extra layers, but other than that I don't do anything special. I could like look up the tutorials if I have the time and energy. But for now, you know, maybe it's not only time and energy, but also motivation. Do I want to like... It's like, is it urgent? Do I need to become better at like illustrating? For me, it's kind of like a nay, you know? It's not really a yay. It's pretty much a nay. I do not have to, you know? The thing is like, regarding drawing, I do like drawing, but the good pages where growth was like a possibility, like Twitter, it's not really a viable option for me anymore, thanks to like AI slop. Instagram is also AI slop, so I can't really go there. I don't really want to go there as well, even though I like the page layout, you know. Blue Sky doesn't really do a good job currently to like kill eggs. In Pixiv, well, could upload on Pixiv, but it doesn't have like this same effect as like X, you know, like where things can go viral, where your Oshi like can see it and like comment on it or like retweet it, you know, and give you like more attention. There's nothing really like where I noticed like when I use my artwork, you know, they would at least shout out me when I would like Yapping, then. But yeah, it's kind of like a mixed bag. I can still use Blue Sky though. I can still use Pixiv, I would say. But yeah, because of like the kind of like, you know, drawing art to gain like more attention, with that maybe like growth, it's not really like there anymore. So I don't really see, maybe it's like one of the reasons why I don't really feel a motivation to like learn more things to like improve my illustration skills, you know. But now it's like always like with the black and white for me, like with line weights, with like maybe anatomy I can like study, you know. But with like color stuff, I'm not really motivated. I can't color, but it's like pretty much the easy kind of way, you know. You know, like how shadows works, you know, like, okay, flat colors, everybody can do flat colors, man, yeah. It's kind of like that. Like when I look at like Kentaro Yabuki sensei, like the two lawful artists, they got better like doing things with color, a lot better, but it's like nothing like the illustration level like a lot of other illustrators like out there, like Shigeru sensei, you know. Like they are good at mangaka, you know, like Yabuki Kentaro. They're pretty good at like drawing nipples as well. Like it's like edgy art, it's not hentai, you know. Hentai in sense of like 18 plus. It's kind of like borderline, you know, like what they produce. But yeah. So I need like a little cute chair. I do something simplistic, I would like say. A 3-leg chair? Or like one... I'm not sure. Let's do simplistic. Keep it simple. Keep it easy and simple. Or maybe it's rather than a chair. Let's do this. Let's do this. A straight line. This is easier. Yeah. Yeah. Nobody will mind. Important is not like the extra details and whatever. It's like just like about the energy, the vibe. Like the face. The chibi is more important. This is more important than like whatever fancy stuff. Yeah, for me right now. Expression. It was just like random. I kind of like was thinking about giving it a smile, you know, like empty smile, like doing downwards and be like, yeah, you know, like a weak smile. But this kind of worked better. I'm not sure. Okay, flat colors. Let's see. We're gonna do flat colors. Yeah, flat colors do work still. I could make it more special, but kind of like on a chibi, it's kind of like kind of weird to like go out painting style. Plus the illustration level, it's kind of like just a doodle, something that they randomly be like, oh, I kind of like this, like the energy this gives off. Let's do like a little more. It's kind of like that, you know, like how you motivate yourself to draw. Like how I motivate myself to draw is like, yeah, let's do something small, and then let's do something random, and then at some point you do draw something and you like the energy of that, you know. I had like an idea really, like this is what I did previously, and then I kind of like did this, and then hey, kind of like it, you know, and then yeah, let's do a little bit more, let's touch it up, and then yeah, here we are. I probably will use this for something. Maybe, probably a thumbnail also. At some point. I will reuse this over and over again. Usually when I have like no motivation to like draw anything new for a thumbnail, I reuse a lot of old drawings. And 2024 Tosan is like someone I can like thank a lot for that. 2024 Tosan was like true, like a lot of like chibi Tosans, you know. Not really important. But I think like 2024 was like the year where I really like kind of like locked a little bit more in, like I really like locked in with like committed to like YouTube content. Maybe not content, but like live streams. Yeah, let's say that, live streams. And yeah, it's fun actually. Now rather than fun, it's kind of like nice to have like something to do, you know. That I don't really have like, well, I still have moments like that, but you know, I'm like not lost in my thoughts, not like looking at like reality like the eye and be like, man, life sucks, you know. Then when like we go home, you know, that I have like, hey, let's go stream, you know, hello everyone, it's your Blue Archive Gacha where it's Tosan, hello, hello, you know. I can like just like turn off and be like happy for a moment, you know. At least like play the part. And then yeah. At some point like reality like catches up to, you know. It's kind of like no matter how fast I run, I cannot run away from the pain. Like Sonic, right? You know, I drew for the most part of my life in black and white, like monochrome. My sketchbook and everything. So I never had like idea what color scheme regarding my characters, you know. even when I drew like my avatars, you know, I never really knew the color palette for them until now. It was kind of like the slow approaches, you know. But kind of at some point, like, I was like thinking about color theory and then like the contrast and whatever, you know, like all this kind of gedöns, like all this stuff. I use a German filler word, gedöns. I kind of like the sound of it. It doesn't have a meaning. It doesn't have a meaning really, but it can be used like for something like stuff, you know, and it's like kind of a stuffing word, a filler word, yes. Yeah, let's see. Maybe a painting style would be better. Like regarding some of that crap here. Really, painting style could be better here. Could work better. Because if it's too flat, it doesn't really work that well. The thick kind of outlines, thick but soft outlines are like used there. I watched like a rant video about how some guy was like preaching about thick black outlines, thick black bars. The character is like something about that the character is like more recognizable. You can discern clearly between background and like the character, you know, because like the black lines are like a good kind of border thingy or that kind of like visual eye candy stuff, you know. It looks like more aesthetic. Like character, like drawings without the outlines and then with outlines, there's like clear difference or so. And I was like kind of ranting about this kind of personal preference and kind of like, yeah, you cook, bro. It's kind of like funny to listen to that because it's like genuine, you know, like where this comes from. Kind of like, you know, kind of try, you know, that you feel like this is not a machine, it's like a really human, you know, you can connect with. And maybe you can like get convinced as well, be like, yeah, I think I get what you mean, and you follow along with that, and you also like fake black outlines are the goat, and then yeah. In a similar like way how people be like, pineapple on pizza is trash, you know, and some people be like, no, pineapple on pizza is good, you know, it's still a food, it's still food you can enjoy. No, there's a waste of food, and then yeah. There can be like things like that. There's always like a little bit of a fight here and there, depending on like which side you are, but at the same time you do connect, right? You do connect. Even if you're not really a part of all this gedöns or all of this like stuff, you know, you're still like connected in one way because you were there, right? At least you heard about it, even yeah. And when you get old, you know, they're like grandparents like on your bed and be like, sit down, little mate, I'm gonna tell you about like the pineapple on pizza thingy. You know, there was like a war back in the days regarding that, and I was a survivor. Maybe something like that, you know. Thinking about that, you know. Could be kind of fun. Could be kind of fun to like tell the story like that. Funny. Well, it's kind of solid. It's not perfect, but kind of solid. The kind of soft black thick outlines, you know, thick black outlines, but soft. Kind of have like a little, have like something about it, you know. We're gonna use it in the future. Always. I kind of like it. How do you like it? How are you gamers liking it? There's nothing too special about it, you know, it's just like thick black bars, you know. But there's something charming, I don't know. I cannot explain it with like science. But something feels like charming about it. Upgrade, maybe. Even though I didn't do much, but like did use another pen. A brush, actually. Every single time I say like pen, I'm like tempted to say like penna, actually. What does this actually mean? It's kind of like how you describe poor persons, you know, like a bum. This is a pen. This is a penner, you know. Pointing at someone who's like poor. But if I'm gonna like point at holo stars, for example, I would never like say they're dead. I can't believe mail videos are gone. I'm holo stars, please, please. Even though the day is not good, it's like amazing that you can still have humor like that. And actually, if they stay crazy like that, they will should have success. Like there's like something wrong about it, you know. I do like the boys, but the algorithm doesn't really work that well unless gonna have be subscribed to them and have them be activated. Then you can like get something on your recommended page or your For You page or how it's called. But what things currently are, they're not really like supported really well by solo stars people, you know. I think like about drawing more about them tomorrow, or like on the stream Saturday, and maybe it's gonna be one of the few times where I'll be like thinking, yeah, maybe it's like time to like upload on Twitter again, like X, you know. I kind of like didn't feel motivated because the effort I like put in and what I get back is like not really like motivating me draw much really, but you know, then we're gonna do Holo Stars art, or at least like all the Holo Stars art I've drawn I will like slowly upload, I suppose, like every few days to like keep I don't know how the algorithm works for now there. I can try. I have like a lot of like art from like the weekly art streams of when like drawing holostars, like still there, still pumping, ready to go. They're steaming, still warm. And yeah, I'll like see how it's gonna go. But that's what I have like done for today. A little bit of doodle here. And a little bit of that here. Actually, I didn't really want it to color, but now I did color. So whatever. Any case, that's all for today. Was like a short Zatsudan slash some doodle, like plus some doodling, I suppose. Well, I never saw it coming that I would like actually like illustrate something. Actually, it was just a doodle and I was like, man, I like this, let me do more, and then whatever. But yeah, any case, I will see you tomorrow. If not, maybe another time. Any case, have a nice rest of the day, evening, or night, whatever times on the world you all are. And with that, I'm gonna say bye bye.